Warning: do not attempt anything you see on Survivor Noob. Who is Survivor Noob? Survivor Noob is one simple noob that has been stranded in the major world called Runescape. My goal is to survive out here. I am stranded with nothing but a tinderbox, hammer, pickaxe, and net. Let's see what I can do with that. First thing we need to do is make use of what we have. I'm going to use my pickaxe and hammer to make me a fashionable axe I can use to start a fire to cook food. I'm going to have to find the nearest mine to get me some copper and tin. I'll come back when I find it. While traveling to get to the mine, I found a house. Let's go see what's inside. Well, it looks like the house is inhabited by someone, but let's see if we can take these gloves without him noticing. Okay, since we've gotten away with it, we now have some wear for our hands. They can now withstand more stuff. Now right next to the house is a mine. Let's see if we can get some copper and tin. I've managed to get some copper. Now let's see if I can get some tin. Okay, since I've managed to get that, now we can start making my axe. Before we do that, while I'm over here, I'd like to get some fish to eat for dinner tonight. I'm going to see if I have any luck trying to catch some shrimp. Looks like I've gotten lucky and I've already got one thing of shrimp. Let's see if I can get another. Okay, I managed to get another thing of shrimp. Now let's go make our pickaxe. I mean our axe. For this I'm going to have to go into Lumbridge, one of the most noob populated areas of RuneScape. Before we do that, I'm going to go to the temple real quick. Being close to God is one of the things that'll help journeys. Now let's go make our axe. I've managed to find the forge. Now let's make my bar. Right now this is extremely hot on my hands, but that's why those leather gloves came in handy. Now let's go find this anvil. I'll come back when I find one. While trying to find the anvil, I've managed to find a cabbage field. I'm going to pick a couple for just a quick snack on the journey. I've managed to find a farmer's house. Let's see what we can get inside. Well, an egg will come in handy. Now let's see what's inside here. The first thing I notice when I come in here is some shears. That'll help me when I make wool. Now let's get out of here before he notices. I'll come back to you when I find the anvil. I've came across a rundown farm with haystacks. I'm going to see if I can find a needle, like people say. I'll come back to you when I do. Okay, I found one, and now I'm going to keep going to the anvil. While I'm at the crossroads of Drainer Village, I'm going to see if I can find a fire people are using. If I can find a fire, this will help me get a quicker dinner and give me more energy for finding the anvil. Looks like I'm already low on energy. That won't be good. Okay, it looks like people are making fires. Let's see if I can cook my shrimp. Well, I've burnt one, and I've cooked the other, so good thing I got two. Now let's go keep trying to find the anvil. I've also found another rundown farmhouse. Let's see what's useful in here. There's a lot of people here, so there must be something useful. In my first house, I have a sink, but nothing useful. The next room, nothing useful still. I'm going out to the chicken coop to see what I can find. Well, it seems like I'm lucky since I found a bucket. That'll be nice for making bread. Now, since we just saw a sink, let's see if we can fill this bucket up. Okay, we now have a bucket of water. Now all we need is a pot of flour and I can make some bread. I've arrived in Falador, one of the most useful cities in RuneScape for free-to-players. I must now find my anvil, and then use my bank to bank some stuff I don't need. I'll come back to you when I find the anvil again. Well, it looks like I couldn't find an anvil in Falador, so now I'm going to see if I can go to Barbarian Village. It's risky, but it's worth it. I've arrived in Barbarian Village. I have to be careful of what I do now. Now let's see if I can find an anvil. So far I'm clear. Well, I found an anvil. This will be helpful. Now I'm going to use my bar on it to make my... Crap, I can't do that. Come back to it when I find another. I ran across a dropped square shield and some money. I'll pick that up, because that'll come in handy. Now come back to you when I go to fair. Okay, now I found an anvil I can use. Now let's make my axe. Now since I have an axe and a tinderbox, I can now start my own fires. Now I'm going to need a weapon. That's where I'll need a mine again. I'll come back to you when I get to the mine. I've stopped for a quick pit stop at my local general store. Now I'm going to buy a pot so I can make bread. Now let's go to the mine. I found abandoned maple logs. Let's pick those up. Those will bring in some nice cash. Let's go back to the mine. I've arrived at the mine. Now let's get some more. I'll come back to you when I have a couple. I've gotten all my ore. That concludes episode 1 of Survivorman.